local professionals in the state regarding topics such as real estate, senior housing, estate planning, finance, and health, so our Kupuna families can find the best resources in the midst of a life transition. We strive to make sure our seniors are informed and supported every step of the way. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Brandon Lau,
And I'm Andrew Leon,
your host for the KupunaWiki radio show.
Our title sponsor for today is Cheney Brooks Choice Advisors, providing you with the best real estate information so you can make the most informed decisions. As they like to say, real estate is about choice. To contact them, call 808-753-9033.
And now we have our real estate tip of the week, brought to you by Cheney Brooks Choice Advisors.
Have you thanked your real estate agent recently? Your real estate agent has picked up your dog's poop, swept your front porch and back lanai, removed gecko and bird droppings off your windowsill, wiped your kitchen countertop, cleaned your toilet, emptied your trash, and the list goes on and on. You may not know all the details and areas of help that your real estate agent provides when selling both owner-occupied and vacant units, but nevertheless, we got you covered.
For more information on real estate professionals and how they can help, contact Cheney Brooks Choice Advisors at 753-9033. Again, today we have our guest in the studio, who is Lori Lau, Meals on Wheels Director with Lanakila Meals on Wheels. And welcome back, Lori.
Thank you so much for having me.
We like having you on the show, and it's a really good time because, as we know, we're getting close to the holidays, and you folks are going into overdrive trying to serve our kupuna and the community. But before we get into some of the programs that you're involved with, maybe share a little bit about who you are for our listeners.
So, local girl, born and raised, the daughter of two small business owners that owned a restaurant while we were growing up. So I was, the little girl in the last booth, doing my homework, taking a nap. And so I grew up around food. And I understand from my parents the importance of food to care for people, the importance of food bringing us together. Food is part of every celebration, both happy and sad. It's so crucial to our culture and to family and relationships. And so being part of the Meals on Wheels team, I really see the importance of making sure that we're bringing the food to the kupuna, to the individuals with disabilities, and it's really a mission that's very close to my heart.
I can tell it's a part of who you are. No better suited. You're the perfect person for the job. But tell us, who is Lanakila? I know they have such a long and rich history, and you had mentioned they're celebrating 80 years this year. Congratulations.
Thank you so much on behalf of everyone that makes Lanakila Pacific.
That's great.
Lanakila Pacific. So as you said, our organization is celebrating 80 years this year. There have been different names that we've been known by in the past. Once upon a time, we were Lanakila Rehabilitation, part of a network of folks that was actually addressing the tuberculosis crisis in Hawaii, and doing rehabilitation, helping people transition back after recovering from the disease. Thankfully, today tuberculosis isn't the same issue that it was, so we became Lanakila Crafts. And many people remember the famous holiday craft fair, the multiple days. We were really a manufacturing organization. Again, continuing with helping people in rehabilitation, we focused on providing job opportunities and training to individuals with physical disabilities. And Lanakila Crafts would have made everything that you can think of that would have been sold like in the Made of Hawaii section in a store. So pillowcases and grass skirts and tiki cups. And you fast forward through those years, thankfully with assistive technology and with more businesses being willing to hire people with physical disabilities through accommodations and things like that. There are more opportunities for people with physical disabilities. And there are also other places where people can get their goods manufactured. So we had to become a new company again, which takes us to today, which is Lanakila Pacific. And Lanakila Pacific's mission is to help people with challenged lives, which is how Lanakila Meals on Wheels fits in. We're really trying to support seniors and individuals with disabilities, and to provide services to them so that they can be independent, and they can continue to live the best life that they can.
So how long has Lanakila Meals on Wheels been around?
We've been around for 48 years.
Wow.
We actually started, our humble beginnings was a lunch wagon that was parked close to A'ala Park, and that was the first iteration of us serving meals to the community.
And look, it's come full circle.
And now we
we
are
have plenty.
island-wide, largest Meals on Wheels provider. We're really trying to do our part.
That's great. So you're specifically overseeing the Meals on Wheels area, and tell us, what does that entail? And you must deal with a lot of volunteers.
We couldn't do it without the volunteers.
Right.
Roughly 300 volunteers come in each week for us to make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody from people that help us package to people helping us do the delivery. It's quite a feat, and if you look at the size of the Meals on Wheels team, you really know that it's the volunteers that make all of this happen.
So 300 every week, and you cover how many households with your meals?
We are an island-wide program. It's really important. I like to brag about that because it means if your loved one is in Makaha, if they're in Kahuku, if they're in Waimanalo, right, that we will be there to make sure that they have meals. In a year, we serve roughly 2,400 individuals. And if you do the math, you're talking about something like 380,000 meals.
Wow. And so if we looked at the Kupuna population, I mean, you're covering a big number of Kupuna who receive your meals delivered at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so the idea of Meals on Wheels is, yes, you're supporting Kupuna, those with disabilities, right, who can benefit from these meals, but also you're giving an opportunity to Kupuna to give back.
Yes.
Right. So share a little bit about that, and who are these volunteers that are giving back?
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. The majority of our volunteers are retirees. They might be Kupuna themselves, and they are still active. They still feel a sense of pride and a sense of responsibility of contributing to the community. They come in from, retiring from all different industries, but their common cause is they know that there are others that are in need and they want to help. Those that are able to drive will come in and help deliver meals for us. We do have 19 different places where volunteers can connect with us to pick up the meals. So we actually shuttle the meals out into the community for volunteers to join us. And for individuals who don't drive, they can come in and help us package and prepare the deliveries to go out.
I remember going with my grandfather in his old Datsun hatchback, and we would pick up meals. I think at that time it was at Kapiolani Hospital, but we would deliver them all around our neighborhood, Nu'uanu, Liliha, and it was really a fun time for me as a kid. I think I was probably, maybe in 3rd grade. So there I was delivering meals in my uniform with them, and getting to see some of the residents. And I think that was for me one of the first exposures I had to volunteering, doing something totally just to help somebody else. It was a really good experience. I'm sure you have volunteers who have been enriched the same way.
Absolutely. Especially, we're open 6 days a week, so especially on Saturdays, the volunteers who come in bring their families with them.
Oh, nice.
And it becomes such an important time, I think, that they really want to instill into the younger generation this idea of giving back, about thinking about more than just yourself, thinking about somebody else. I think today we do tend to live farther apart from family members than we used to. So even for the kids that are coming in to volunteer, it's an opportunity for them to be around people that would be their grandparents, for them to have that multicultural, multi-generational experience. Even just to be able to understand that people live differently and they have different challenges. I know for myself, getting to spend time with our kupuna, it's really made me rethink what's important about life. You know, really rethink the choices I make, because I've had the fortune of being able to be around their wisdom and kind of see what the road ahead is going to bring.
Well, Lori, I want to hear more about the upcoming Thanksgiving meals that you have planned. You also have a special emergency package that you folks put together. So I'm going to hear more about that, but right after this commercial break.
We'll be back with more KupunaWiki right after this.
Good job. You're so well spoken.
Oh, no. Sometimes, you know, I'll tell you something truthfully, I never ever listen to myself.
Me neither.
Like,
don't
you
think we
know,
do.
We record the show and then that's it. We don't, we don't go back to
the
it.
reason why I don't do it is I'm scared. I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to hear all the times I like said something wrong, like what kind of grammar was that, you know, kind of thing. Like I never listen, mostly because I'm afraid.
I don't think we're afraid. We just
don't
listen. We get responses from people like who call in, so that's fun, you know. You good, Andrew?
Yeah, I can talk about the Thanksgiving meal.
Welcome back to KupunaWiki on AM 690 The Answer.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we have Lori Lau, director at Lanakila Meals on Wheels. In the first segment, we kind of learned about the history of Lanakila, that rich history of the 80 years of helping the communities, and then of course 48 years just for Meals on Wheels. And we want to dive in, and in this next segment, we want to touch upon these programs that you have coming up, especially this Thanksgiving meal. I know it's an exciting time for you folks and also the seniors in the community because you know who doesn't look forward to the turkey meal, right? And so I'm going to send it over to you, and why don't you share about what this Thanksgiving meal is about?
Yeah, the Thanksgiving holiday delivery service is so important to us. Talked about when I think of Thanksgiving, I think about family, I think about the meaning of the holiday, which is to be grateful for the things that we have. It's always in my mind memories filled with laughter and good food. For the individuals that we serve, many of them live alone. For Thanksgiving, you know, we're providing the meal service. It potentially means that they aren't going to be joining family or neighbors or friends or something like that for that gathering, right? And so we want to make sure that we're there day of to make sure that they have the opportunity to have that full Thanksgiving spread, to have somebody with a smile on their face bring the warmth and the aloha of the holiday to them, to wish them Thanksgiving, and then also to be able to provide that emergency care package as our gift, really, to kind of help celebrate the holiday. I wouldn't want to spend Thanksgiving alone, and so our participants are part of our family. We want to make sure that we're there for them too.
Yeah, and I think that's a nice gesture that's being given because, you know, like you said, it could be where they're further away from family, and you know, nowadays with families, it's harder for everyone to get together nowadays, and so to have a senior that has that person to come and at least spend a little short time, even if it's just a delivery, that short time that they're there, I think makes a big difference. And I think you said this year that they're also getting a care package. Yeah, that's exciting. What's in this care package, if you can share?
So we're very fortunate this year to have a couple of partners with us for the care package. So the Suchi Foundation is going to be providing in the care package a very special instant rice. This instant rice is not something that you can find in stores. It is a just add water product that doesn't need heat, and it's very nutritionally balanced and delicious. I've gotten to sample it. We're also being able to provide collapsible water jugs that were provided by the Board of Water. And also within the package then are going to be other non-perishable food items. So the idea of the package is it can supplement the meals that we provide for folks that need a little more to eat. It's also supposed to be for emergency purposes. For many of the individuals we serve, we are their primary, for some of them their only source of food and nutrition. And so we're very conscious if for some reason we couldn't make the delivery. And it could be because of a natural disaster, maybe a hurricane or tsunami, but we couldn't get to them, that these individuals would be able to utilize the food and the emergency care package to sustain them until maybe the roads open up, the neighborhood opens up, and we could get there.
Oh yeah, I think that's something that to keep in mind, especially you never know what could happen out there, and so I know it's important to have these meals delivered to these seniors, and so I'm sure you folks need the volunteer help, and so how many who specifically, you mentioned retirees, but like what help would you need instead of just like the delivery, but perhaps maybe prepping some of these? What can these volunteers help with?
So we definitely need help from volunteers for Thanksgiving Day. That's going to be everything from helping to plate the meal, so the turkey, the stuffing, the cranberry sauce. That's going to be helping us load up the vehicles for delivery, and then of course the drivers who are taking the meal. And then we actually need help every other day as well. We're open every week of the year, 6 days a week. And so if people are able to come in even on non-holiday days to help us package or deliver, the help would be appreciated.
Laurie, if I could ask, for those who aren't familiar with the program, there are some listening who may need to receive this assistance. Share with us how can you do that, and what's the cost?
So the two primary ways for people to come into the Meals on Wheels program, if you are on Medicaid, you actually can qualify for the program through your service coordinator, so that you can give them a call and have a conversation with them about the meals. If you are not on Medicaid, you can contact the senior helpline, and that phone number is 768-7700. Again, the phone number for the senior helpline is 768-7700. And the senior helpline will be able to do an assessment to determine what the needs are. And that could be even beyond meals. So other senior services could potentially be provided.
And so it's need-based. So yes, it could be supplemented by Medicaid, but otherwise, is there a nominal fee?
If you wanted to pay out of pocket, there are some individuals that have the need for the service, maybe because they're no longer driving, they're no longer shopping, they no longer want to cook or clean up after it. There are some individuals that choose to pay for the meals out of pocket. So if you are a SNAP recipient, you could actually use SNAP benefits to pay for the home delivered meals if you are a senior or an individual with a disability, or you could pay with cash. If you paid with cash, it would be $8.50 a meal, and that's all taxes, service delivery, everything included.
Wow. Part of the reason I'm asking is there's a lot of these services in the marketplace now, like Grubhub, or different delivery, Bite Squad, and it's becoming a thing.
Yes.
People anticipate, well, I do want things delivered.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, yes, this is a need-based program, but are people more in tune with wanting to participate on it because it's becoming a societal norm? Having meals delivered.
There's definitely a demand.
Yeah.
There's a growing need. When we look at statistics, we say something like by 2025, which I feel like I'm going to blink and it's going to be 2025.
Don't blink.
Something like 30% of the population in the state of Hawaii is going to be considered a senior, right? And so the need is definitely there. I think the acceptance of having things delivered is definitely there, the convenience. So, certainly you can have your meals delivered by Bite Squad, DoorDash, Grubhub, right? And those are great options. Or you could choose to do the service through Lanakila Meals on Wheels, right? I think a Bite Squad or DoorDash certainly would have the variety, because maybe today you feel like Thai food, and maybe another day you feel like Chinese. What we're going to be able to offer is a meal that is USDA compliant, right, developed by registered dietitians and local chefs, that's nutritionally balanced. So I love indulging with all the other stuff. For someone that's kind of looking for their day-to-day nutrition, their day-to-day meals, I really feel good that the meals we're providing are healthy and will support someone in being well.
Right, being nourished.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If somebody wanted to volunteer to be either a driver, a packer, some person involved in this great task of serving those with disabilities in our kupuna, how could they get involved and who they contact, Lori?
Mm-hmm. If they have any questions, they could give the office a call. Our number is 356-8519. Again, that's 356-8519. Or they could go to the website, so that's lanakilamealsonwheels.org. And on our website, there is a button for you to press to start the volunteer application.
Now, one last question, and this is important because I know it's part of your lifeblood, but there's a large portion of your funding that's all by donation, right? And a lot of it is private, small money type donations. Can people do that online? Can they just call in and say, hey, I want to participate that way?
Yes. So there definitely is a way for folks to make a donation either online, sending in a check. Some people come down and they have cash. We are a program, as you said, that definitely relies on the generosity of the community.
Mm-hmm.
We do receive some funding for individuals through government sources. We do receive some funding through the Medicaid, but everybody else is scholarshiped by Lanakila Pacific, Lanakila Meals on Wheels.
And what percentage would you say is scholarship?
Oh,
Round number.
probably at least 30 or 40%
That's
is
amazing.
all scholarshipped.
Out of the 2,400 households that are, being fed and nourished, 30% of those are because of these donations
Mm-hmm.
from individuals.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's
wonderful.
it's a commitment that we've had in the time that I've been at Lanakila. We haven't terminated services for a single person, even when there wasn't their ability or the ability of anyone else to pay. It's just not. It's not in the mission of what we do, and so we do need to fundraise. We do need to accept donations in order to make sure that we can sustain.
That's great. So if anybody listening would like to volunteer or donate or get involved, that number again, Laurie, is
356-8519.
Thank you so much. That was Lori Lau with Lanakila Meals on Wheels. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up next, we have our KupunaWiki Classic Trivia.
We'll be back with more right after this.
I know, fast, yeah?
Yeah.
Sorry, she was giving me the break sign.
No, that's good.
Okay, there's 2 minutes after this break.
Okay,
Okay.
no pressure. Okay.
Years, their agents have greatly enjoyed serving each and every one of their clients as if they were family. Whether you're a first-time homeowner or a senior, they understand the challenges and complexities of the real estate process and want to help you every step of the way. Cheney Brooks Choice Advisors wants to provide you with the most information so you can make the best decision. Because, as they like to say, real estate is about choice. Contact Cheney Brooks Choice Advisors today for a free in-person property valuation by calling 753-9033 or email them clientservice@choicehi.com.
Have you ever been worried leaving your loved one alone? Whether it be illness, a fall, or just personal safety, the electronic caregiver mobile medical alert system with GPS technology will give you that peace of mind. With the simple press of a button, an on-call staff member will be able to locate you and provide expedited help by alerting family or emergency medical services. To learn more about the electronic caregiver, call Priscilla Wong at 954-0820 and mention KupunaWiki to receive a free gift. Welcome back to KupunaWiki on AM 690 The Answer.
And now we have our KupunaWiki Classic Trivia, brought to you by Cheney Brooks Choice Advisors.
This musical romantic comedy film made its debut in 1961, starring Elvis Presley as Chadwick Gates. This was the first of 3 Elvis films to be shot in Hawaii. What was the name of this film?
For a chance to win a Long's gift card, be the first person to call us with the correct answer at 808-792-5188. And remember, you can always find out what's happening on the KupunaWiki calendar, either on our website, KupunaWiki.com, or just giving us a call. And this month on the calendar, we have Lanakila Kitchen, who will be preparing their Thanksgiving special delivery to homebound seniors and individuals with disabilities. This includes their emergency food care package filled with non-perishable food items. If you're interested, again, in volunteering, please contact Lori Lau, Director of Lanakila Meals on Wheels, at 808-356-8558.
Again, we'd like to thank this segment sponsor, Cheney Brooks Choice Advisors, providing you with the best real estate information so you can make the most informed decisions. As we like to say, real estate is about choice. To contact them, call 808-753-9033.
Thanks again for joining us on the KupunaWiki radio show, Hawaii's senior resource. We strive to make sure our seniors are informed and supported every step of the way. Again, I'm Brandon.
And I'm Andrew.
I will see you back next time on the KupunaWiki radio show.